Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. As you can tell from the title, I reached 200 subscribers, so want to give you all a big hug and thanks for helping me reach this milestone. I know 200 isn't really, the big milestone you hear about that's celebrated, but it's a good number, especially for a very small YouTuber like me. Um, yes, I just want to thank all of you so much for subscribing to me, viewing my videos, commenting my videos, keeping up with me for all these months and years. If you've been here a long time, um, I know my upload schedule is very all over the place and very inconsistent. So thank you as well for being patient on that. I kind of did want to talk about that a little bit though in this video. Uh, you know, I, I when I first started this channel, it was during the pandemic. And as you can see, you got my haircut here too. But it was during the pandemic, and a lot of people branched out to different interests during the pandemic, and mine was, starting a YouTube channel, and alongside that, also hiking and traveling a lot more. Prior to the pandemic, I didn't really hike that much, but when the pandemic happened, you know, shutdowns happened, I craved being outside because there was a point in time where I was a homebody, but I think my true inner nature came out during that time period, and I remember thinking to myself, "Oh my god, this is actually for real. Like, places are being closed down. We have to stay inside, quarantine, isolate ourselves, and if you go outside, mask up if you're gonna, be in public to go to grocery stores or whatever." And it weirdly enough, it felt kind of and before I say this, I'm gonna say I'm aware of how privileged this sounds. I know it is very privileged because a lot of people went through major hell during the pandemic. So I just want to put that out there. Um, I did find being shut in kind of, I guess, suffocating, which is weird because I was kind of a shut in prior to that, but I guess maybe because it was enforced, and I don't know what other word to use, but enforced on us. I don't know. It felt, I don't know. I don't know how to describe it, but basically, I just remember feeling, okay, well, I've got all this free. No, I shouldn't say free time because I was working at the time. But um, I was also newly single once the pandemic hit, so I guess technically I had more free time than I did prior. So during the pandemic was when I, went outside by myself. I didn't go with a group of people or out to any, super public places. I just went on, a bunch of isolated-ish hiking trails in the country, and that's when I was just like, you know what, just start making random vlogs and see where it goes. So, and that was 6 years ago. Gosh, 6 years ago was the pandemic. God, it doesn't even feel like 6 years ago. It feels like, I don't know, it feels like 3 years ago. But that's how this channel started, and the vlogs I uploaded at the during the pandemic were not really good. But you gotta start somewhere. So that's kind of where this channel began, and after once I started uploading those travel vlogs, I kind of dove into more personal type of vlogs just because I don't know. I like want to get my stories out there and see if anybody can like relate and connect to anything that I went through or my thoughts. So that's basically what this turned into. And then, as I said earlier, my schedule of uploading videos has just been all over the place. But only because I when I first started the channel, like it did cross my mind about being a serious YouTuber because I did get jealous of other YouTubers who were way bigger than me, obviously, and were making money and traveling a lot, and I wanted that. Like I think for me, there was also like a sense of me trying to find my purpose during the pandemic too, because during that time I was working a custodian job, and I I knew in my heart I didn't want to be a custodian for years and years to come. So I think that was also one of the reasons why I branched out to wanting to do YouTube, was to see if I really have some kind of passion that comes from this, and hopefully with some miracle I make it big. But I've kind of sort of let that dream go now. Like, I kind of do this just for a little bit, just for fun. I mean, I do take it a little bit seriously still. Like there will be times I will go back and forth on pursuing this more actively and seriously, and envisioning, oh, what if I actually somehow randomly go viral, and a bunch of people subscribe to me, and I make like a ton of money overnight cessation, which I know will most likely will never happen, but hey, I can dream. Yeah, so I kind of but as I'm trying to find the words here, as with my recent videos, I've begun to be a lot more introspective with my videos, and expressing my thoughts and feelings out to the world, to see if people can relate to it, or just kind of get this out there and out of my head, because I think to myself a lot. I have a non-stop rambling inner monologue, and I think stuff like this, for me personally, is kind of like a healthy outlet to get that out there, out of my system. So I don't know how this channel is going to be in the years to come. I don't know where I'm going to be going specifically with this channel. Down the line, I may end up taking this channel way more seriously and be producing more videos, but in a more in a less casual context like this, but more, I guess, in a more professional setting. I don't really know how I would describe it. Hope you guys know what I'm trying to say here. So yeah, we'll see what the future holds. I think this right here, my current state of mind, is also kind of like, if you saw my previous video about why I get teachers are quitting, that's also kind of affecting my current state of mind, because, quick recap for those who don't know, I'm a special ed teacher, but I haven't really been enjoying the job as of late. There's a lot of BS that comes with it, and I knew that prior to starting, but I didn't realize, well, I thought I could handle it, but I don't think I can. So that's kind of where I'm at now, with the mentality of kind of being open to whatever comes my way, but also being flexible with stuff like this that could potentially lead to something bigger down the line. Because I don't know if I'm gonna be coming back next school year as a teacher. I don't know. It's gotten that bad and crazy, and many other teachers are feeling the same way as me. It's education in the U.S. It's awful. It's awful. I'm so glad I graduated when I did, 2013, from high school, because oh God, I can only imagine how much. I can imagine how much I would be struggling today if I were a kid today. Is what I'm saying. I struggled a little bit growing up during school. I had quite a few problems growing up, but I graduated. I got good grades. I got like a 3.4 GPA at the end of high school, so I did really good for myself. But again, seeing the kids of today in these schools, it's like, oh my God, yeah. So but that's, I'm kind of veering off topic, but yeah, that kind of just sums up my current state of mind with this video. basically just wanted to give you guys kind of like a quick life update as well on that stuff. I think that's basically it. Yeah. I do have an idea for a video coming up. I'm trying to kind of like formulate how I want to put it out there. But to give a little bit of foreshadowing, it's an event that happened in late 2024 with me having a really bad reaction to an SSRI medication. So I'll most likely upload it in the near future, but again, I'm still trying to figure out like how I want to do that video. So yeah, all that being said, thank you guys again so much for subscribing. 200 subscribers, it's a good number, you know. I can't complain. It's a really good number. Yeah, I just want to give it. I wish I could give all 200 people like something as like a reward for subscribing to me, or I'm sorry, reward sounds weird. I wish I could give you guys just something, you know, instead of just saying the words thank you. But you know, I'm not really that far. I'm not really that far creative wise into YouTube and interacting with you know, my subscribers beyond just, you know, replying to their comments and stuff like that. And not only that, but if I want to do something that has to be given to y'all, like money wise, well, don't really have the financial means right now to do that. I'm trying to save up money for summer travel, so there's that. Okay, I'm gonna start rambling. Thank you guys so much again for subscribing and watching and commenting throughout the whole time. And I will see you guys in the next video. Have a great rest of your day, guys. Bye bye.